Okay, now I have been mixing some different colors for my bonsai tree and my willow tree. If it is going to be a willow tree, we don't know that yet, but I will try doing that. And I mixed a little bit of a yellow and a pink color, and maybe I will do something else, I don't know yet, but for some small flowers in the grass, so we get some colors in the front of the painting and it will push the background even further away. Okay, so what I will do now, I will, for starters, do my alizarin crimson, and I will use this small filber brush, because you can sharpen it, but it don't have to be that sharp actually, but a little bit, because the way you're doing the tree is like you have to pretend now that it's so different, a little bonsai. So what I do is I try to sharpen it a little bit, and then I don't know if you can see this at all because it's so small, but again you still want the leaves to show up here, so it don't have to be razor sharp. So, and now you have to remember that maybe you still have your liquid white underneath in your background. So what I do is again pretend that I have this very thin glass plate in front of me, and I just tap very almost, you don't almost want to hit the canvas, I should say, but of course you do. So I'll just start up here. And if it's not dark enough, you can always come back, but I do recommend that you get it the first time, because, or maybe you will lose all your small leaves, but it's possible. And do not tap too hard, that's very important here. But you want to just hide some of the branches. And imagine like the whisper, that do some movement with your brush. It's not just straight ahead. You see, you can get all these small fine details even on a smaller canvas like this. And here maybe. And don't do the same amount of leaves everywhere. It will just not look right. Maybe we'll have a little more here. Yeah. You see, just by touching very gentle, you get like this. I really love this. That's what I want. I want more of that. You see that? And for the fun of it, you leave maybe some of the branches without leaves. That makes it look even more like a small bonsai tree. So don't overdo it. Yeah.
I actually feel like I'm in Japan right now. Look at it.
I just love to do these trees, even though I almost don't breathe. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I think maybe I will leave these spots alone. No, I can't help myself. I'm sorry, but I want to do this. I will leave this, but not this. I have to break the hill. So yes, that's it. Okay, that's enough with the darks. And remember to get rid of all the darks now, because you're going into this bright red, and now it's going to be tough because it's so small what I'm doing. So hold your breath now, everybody, because if you push a little bit too hard now, you will lose it all. So, and of course I have been thinning it down, so, but very, very, very gentle now. Actually, I'm losing the palette because I have to focus 100 now. Breathe. You have to remember to breathe. Okay. I don't know how it looks through the camera, but I think it's okay.
It's looking smart.
And remember all the time, tap maybe just 2 times max, 3 max maybe. Don't keep on tapping, you lose everything. Yeah, like that. So tiny. Yeah. Remember to look. Get some of the bright colors into the tree trunk here. It will make it look a little bit better. Yeah, like that. I'm happy with that. That's quite enough. But actually, there's something I'm not happy with. So I'm going back to my dark now. See, that's the beauty of looking, lean back, look at what you're doing. I'm just not happy with this part up here. wanted to have some that's it. Just a little more. And then the bright again. Like that. Yes. That's okay. Maybe a little more in the center. Yeah. That's it. Okay then. Now I will go to the right and see if I can do that willow tree. And I'm not kidding you. I have never tried doing a willow tree before, so I just imagine how I would love to do it. So first I'll just burst some color in, and I will try maybe to do it with the fan brush. So first I need the dark, and I know maybe for a fact I will use this. It's actually this is a very cheap brush, but and it has very soft hair, this one, but I actually love to do it because when I buy them they are very flat, very sharp like this, but I smash them, and I know it can make thousands of small leaves, this one, for even for these small paintings. So let's see. I just need a bunch of small leaves for starters, so, and then I will come in with the fan brush. And again I'm just tapping very gentle, especially up here. And still maybe you just want to have a little bit of light showing through, but actually in the willow trees they are very tight. There's not that many. Actually the ones me and Mick saw yesterday, there wasn't any light coming through the tree, so you can just get it good and dark in the middle. Let's just get some paint on here. And maybe some of you are thinking, why doesn't he use a bigger brush for this part in the middle? But yeah, I could do that, but when I decide to, it's like for me, when I do something, I'm just becoming what I'm doing. So I just use this. And if anybody out there has a great technique for this, I would very much love to hear it, because we can learn all from each other. So I want it to come out here. We have to cover that. I'm not going that far down here yet, because I will do that with the fan brush. But I want it to come out here. Yeah, and all the white you can see, get rid of it, because maybe a little bit here, it's okay. Like that. And I will do this hill after I have highlighted it. I can't do it now, so yeah, maybe that's it with this little brush. So now I'll use this. I don't know how it's going to be actually, so let's just try and see what happens. So still I want a little bit of dark coming down here, so I'll start with that. Very gentle now. Oh, you know what? It's still very thick. You know what, I will just thin it a little bit because it's so thick still. I can't get it to do what I want it to do. Okay. You see, it's about getting some of the small branches out there sticking out. Starting to look a little bit, but when I come in with the highlight in here, maybe it will look a little bit better, I don't know, but let's see. And don't kill the green down here, the light green from the background grass, because even though it's still behind the hill, I want to see the grass down here, so it don't come so much together. Okay, yeah. It's actually quite fun to do, but I have to stop myself in time. Yes, and maybe some of them are a little bit further down. Yeah. Yes. And that's the first thing for everything, you say. So yeah. And maybe just do a couple of them in the dark even, because I'm already imagining a little bit of where I can highlight maybe and where I can't. So if I stick a little thicker paint, then it could give me the more of a direction of where I'm going when I'm highlighting actually, and it gives you a little texture in your painting. So, and I don't mind texture. I actually love texture in paintings, but I must admit I don't do them that much myself. So, but sometimes it's just like it gives you like this 3D effect. So I don't know if you can see it because it's still so dark, but yeah, I'll leave it with that and go into my highlights. And again, remember to get rid of all the dark, because it will just mix with what you just have been doing. So yes, actually I really love that texture I did that. It helped me. So let's see. I don't know yet, but and when you load the brush here, maybe just give it a small push, but not that much. So let's see. Oh, I just have to remember one thing. My light is coming in from the right, so the darkness will be most like here and more light in. Okay, I just have to push a little more in. I don't know if it shows that much, but don't worry about it, because I need to come in with a brighter color. So and remember again, it's a very small painting, so you just can't burst out through it. You have to get the patience into it. And I know this wet and wet technique is just, it's normally so quick, but I like myself to just take the time for it, because that's giving me the credits. When my viewers, or when I go to the exhibitions, I know people love all the small details, and they often wonder how I do it. So, and of course I'm not giving all away, but I'm telling a lot of how I do my things anyway. So for me it's also about sharing, not holding all back. Maybe do them in opposite directions even. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Remember, this is the first time, and I'm just learning from this, so
I think us talking about it as well is really sparked, because that is coming on really good.
yeah.
Everything we talked about was like the darks on the trees, and we had the same thing yesterday with the light coming from right to left, so that meant all the leaves were in shadow more or less, and it was only the right side and that were highlighted at all, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you're doing a cracking job with that. It's looking ace.
So now I just try with the third color, which is much more bright, so let's see what happens. I don't know, but still my darkness isn't here, so I'll just come out here. Oh, okay, I just have to get more paint on. And you definitely got the light out here. This is actually pretty tough because I always have to look each time where my light is and where the dark is and the middle color. It's like I have to watch out my middle color doesn't disappear now. Maybe it looks like it from your perspective, but I can still see it. But you see, it takes time to do this because it's so neat and tiny, and it's just not something you can do in 10 seconds. It won't be good. If you rush this, it won't be good. Definitely. Okay. Actually, I want some of it up here also because you have the light there. You can make the top a little more bright. But not, don't kill all the darks anyway. Now I am actually using only the corner to just to tap some leaves in, and you can see still I got the dark. So, and now it's here maybe. Oh, that got me really too high, but I don't think it matters. Just do something like this. Yeah, you see? It's actually saved my day. But now I have to think because I'm just getting so excited about it, so I don't want to lose my darks in here, so yeah, maybe I have to stop in a little while.